Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 4th, 2024, and it is time for your Good Morning Coffee and Talk. Do you have your coffee? I have mine, and I have water, so I am ready to go. Let's say good morning to everybody who's come in today. We got Teresa Levine. Good morning. Bright and early you are here. And Fatima, good morning, good morning. And let's see who else is here. Katie Moonchild is here. Good morning, Katie. Flowing is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Flowing. So that's great. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so happy to see all you guys today. It is a cold and climbing towards winter day here in Wisconsin. It's not snowing right this moment, but I think we might get a little bit of snow today. It sure feels like it. When I went out this morning, I was like, ooh, this feels like snow. This feels like snow. And Flowing is drinking raspberry lemonade, which sounds delicious. Delicious. I'm having coffee and I'm having berry water. Let me get a little coffee in me. So I hope everyone's Thanksgiving went well. I haven't talked to you guys since Thanksgiving, so I hope everybody's Thanksgiving went well. I had a nice Thanksgiving. I went over to my mom's, but we took over the turkey, the mashed potatoes. Chrissy made her amazing linguiça stuffing. It's like a Portuguese sausage stuffing, and it was freaking delicious. We took all that over to my mom's, and then everybody else brought stuff, and it was fun, and we ate way too much. Hey, good morning, Jay. Good morning. Good to see you. And Flowing is saying, Dali, it's so windy here and dark here and cold. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. Yeah, winter's no joke, right? Good morning, Mary. How are you today, Mary? Thank you for coming. Ms. Starshine. I love that, Starshine. I love that. Katie says, I put too much frozen smoothie in my blender. It's really thick. So Katie's got her straw. She's going... We've all been there. We've all been there for sure. So everybody's saying good morning, good morning, good morning. Talk amongst yourselves. I really appreciate that. Good morning. Wow. So I'm hoping, what I'd like to do today is talk a little bit about UFOs. It's weird how much I am hearing, both in our spiritual community and in the secular community, about like people seeing lights in the sky. Like so many people are seeing lights in the sky. And I really want to focus in on that today, because it's so interesting to me that so many people are seeing this all at the same time. Oh, Kelly is here. Hello, Kelly. We're all praying for you, my friend. She says, I want to thank you all so much for the support through the transplant process. I will be listening while resting. Hey, no problem, Kelly. No problem. You know, we know you're there, and we love you. We love you very much. Oh, good morning, Starshine from Hair. Yeah. That's awesome. I thought I saw Liz here too, but I can't find her in here. I can't find her. And I don't know why. Well, good morning, Liz. Good morning, Shanita. Oh, there you are. Good morning, Shanita, who's also saying good morning to everyone. There's Liz. Can you talk about all the news from New Jersey, human drones or visitors? You know, that is kind of what has like sort of prompted me to talk about this. So let me just give you guys a little background into what really got me talking about this. Good morning, Janet. Maybe I should let a few more people come in and then we'll talk about it. Good morning, Janet. How are you? Oh, Janet, my wolf girl, my fellow wolf girl. Let's see. Teresa says, have you ever watched Preston Dennett and Dolly Safran on Monday night's awesome show about ETs? I have not. Is it here on YouTube, Teresa? Teresa, you could drop a link if you've got one, because I would like to see more about. I mean, I've been following Linda Moulton Howell for like a long time and watching her shows about, my back really hurts today, you guys. Send me some Reiki, you guys. my like right in the middle of my spine in the back, like right along my brow line. It's really hurting today. So send me some Reiki, please. Teresa's here. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning. Got my chores done in time. Yay. Okay, let me back up. It's hard for me to get my thoughts organized. I think it's Mercury in retrograde. Okay, but I tried to like put some things down on paper here that I wanted to talk about. The first thing being my own encounters. I've had 2 encounters this year that I don't know what they were. I have no idea. The first one, Rick, Chrissy, and I all saw. We were outside. I don't remember what we were outside for. Standing in the back by our cars. We looked up and there was, oh, shoot, I got to grab something. Hang on. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Mercury. We're going to just say that. Hi, Janet. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Got hot tea and a blanket ready to listen while I work. Oh, you're working from home today. Okay. Oh, and thank you for the Reiki. I appreciate that. Shanita's got to go to work. Have a great day. I love you. Thanks for stopping by, Shanita. It is snowing in Toronto. Oh, no. That's all right. You guys are tough. You're tough like we're tough when it snows. All right. So anyways, we saw this weird thing up in the sky. I tried to draw it. It almost looked like somebody had punched a hole in the sky. That's what it looked like. There was just a perfectly round circle. The first time it was a clear sky. So it was like, it just looked like if you took a piece of wrapping paper, let's say you took a piece of Christmas wrapping paper and you cut out a perfect circle and then you just sort of turned it a little bit and put it back in, yeah, it looks like wrapping paper and yeah, it's the same colors and the same pattern and everything, but it's askewed now. And so you can tell that something like it was a patch, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. That's what it reminded me of. It just looked a little off and we were all I was like, what is that? We're all looking up at it. And all of a sudden there was like this of lights that come out of it. Like they all went off in different directions very fast. And then it just went and it was gone. Okay. Now just this last Sunday night, I saw the same thing. I went out to the garbage can to put the garbage out there. And I saw this time there were clouds in the sky. And it looked like a hole punched in the wispy clouds. Same thing. A whole bunch of lights come out. And then it just closed. So, of course, Monday night, last night, I go out at 10 o'clock because both of these times it happened at 10. I go out again looking to see if I can see this. Nothing has shown back up. but I tried to draw it so I could I'm not an artist like some of you are, but I tried to draw it. So forgive my like terrible drawing. I don't even know if it's in frame. I hope it is. But yeah, so this is kind of what I saw. This last time, I made a note of it too on the bottom so that I could, if I see it again, I could kind of keep track of when I'm seeing it. Because the first one, I don't remember the exact date that it happened on. But from this point forward, when I see it, and every time I go out now, I'm going to take my camera every single time. I'm never going to not have my camera on me. Teresa says portal. Well, that's what I was kind of thinking too, that it might have been some sort of portal. Yes, like looking through the arch in the Ace of Pentacles, different dimension. Yes. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much for doing that for me, Teresa. I'm putting that up there so that I can watch that later. I appreciate that. Katie says, they're coming to eat cheese curds and drink beer. Well, of course they are. I mean, why else would they come here to Wisconsin? Yeah. Okay, what does Janet say? Oh, your snow is almost melted away, Janet. Yeah, ours is pretty much gone too, the snow that we had on the ground. People are saying interesting, good description. Thank you. Flowing says, I saw bright, quick lights too 3 days ago. Now, here's the thing too, Flowing. I caught a newscast on Monday night, I think it was, where they were talking about how lights over the Capitol, like this phenomenon happened over the Capitol. And then, like you're talking about in New Jersey, this phenomenon was seen. There were several places in Europe that were talking about this phenomenon. So it wasn't just me. And so I wonder what this is. What is this? Is this like different? Is this beings coming from a different planet? Is it beings coming through a portal from a different dimension, which is what I tend to lean towards? Is this something that the U.S. government has back engineered and they're just playing with it? What is it? What is it? Well, Kat's awake. Hooray, Kat! I am so glad you're awake in here. Thank you for coming, my sweet sister. Yes, Katie. Katie saw ETs in her carport last year, and she was not afraid. One of them, from what I remember, Katie, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the ETs was having like a glitching issue with their cloaking device. So they were kind of blinking in and out of view for Katie and making like a weird clicking noise as they were talking back and forth to one another. And I thought that was very interesting. Very, very interesting. And when I was a kid, I think I've told you guys this story too. When I was a kid, back in, it was like 1976, 1977, right after I got my big girl bed, I was in my room sleeping, and I was supposed to be sleeping. I was sitting up reading, actually. And I saw something like, how when you're holding up a book, the vision beyond the book is kind of blurry. I saw something beyond the book, and I pulled the book down just in time to see a little face go bloop and pop behind my bed. Well, of course, I did what all children do when they're frightened. And I just put the blankets over my head and went, go away, go away, go away, go away. You are not here. This is not real, or whatever I said. And of course it did. And I didn't see it again. And for many, 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 many years, okay, in my childhood, in my teenage years, in my young adult, and into my adult years, whenever I recall this particular instance, okay, that little face that was behind there that popped down is blurry to me. Cannot see it, have no idea what that was. And in my head, because I've had so many spiritual encounters with spirits, okay, I just marked it up as it was a spirit coming to me, knowing that I'd be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? But since all this UFO activity has been happening, I've done a little personal journeying trying to figure out, well, for the entirety of this year, going back to February, I've been doing a lot of shadow work, okay? Going back into the past and dealing with traumas in every decade, that I've been alive. And I'm at the point now where I am now dealing with my very young self, from 10 back down to 0. And this sort of came up in some of my shadow work. And I was like, it's very interesting to me that this memory is coming back right now, because as I was journeying and dealing with the trauma, I saw the face very clearly, and it was clearly a gray. Okay. And what's interesting to me is I don't know if my mind is creating this, to just sort of fill in the gaps of this memory, or if it actually was a gray. I have no idea. I don't know. So I'm not going to say it was a gray. It might have been nothing. It might have been nothing. It might have been a blanket on a chair behind my bed, and my little mind just said, oh, look at it's a ghost, or it's a gray. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to put a lot of emphasis on that, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let me go back up here. Everybody's like, blah, 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 blah. I am so sorry. I know I'm talking a lot. Dr. Gale said that Katie's ET was having uniform issues. Yeah, I think that they probably do cloak themselves. Janet says, and she's talking to Katie, do you think they put out energy so that you weren't afraid? I have seen a few things and I was not afraid, which would have been normal. I would be afraid, I think, or maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't. I wasn't afraid by what I saw in the sky. I was just more like, WTF, that's kind of what my attitude was. Those 3 lights were a few days ago, not there the next night. I take walks before dawn daily because it's cooler then. Oh yeah. It's been a little cool. It's been a little chilly down there, hasn't it? The last few mornings. Hello, Noodles. Noodles. That cracked me up. Hi, Kate. Hi, Kaylee. How are you? It's good to see you, my friend. How would your little mind know about the grays, though? My little mind wouldn't have known about the grays. But, like I said, for so many years now, this has been just a blur. And I'm very aware of the grays now, right? And this is when I'm doing the journeying, is now. So I don't want to say, yes, that was a gray, because I'm going to remain a little skeptical until I have something that in my adult life that I can process, can see. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sharing this experience because I think maybe other people have had similar things about that. Katie says, I was more surprised and curious. They were super tall. All I said was, hello. Then I went back to what I had been doing. Yeah, that was probably a good plan, because you were not like acting frightened. Because if you were acting frightened and freaked out, they might have like tried to wipe your brain, because they don't want you to have that, So it's probably good that you handled that as calmly as you did. Dolly, more ET stuff is coming up for sure. I had Lemurian past life come up, as well as Pleiadian. I have been working with a lot of them here and there, and they're astral out there channeling messages. Yeah, I tend to feel like, and Mercury in retrograde affects them too. Yes. That's funny. So like, because I have this like very autistic scientific mind. Okay. I know that there are great, great, great challenges in generational space travel, right? Without a Stargate, just using something like a faster than light, FTF, faster than light drive, FTL drive. That even with that, with the challenges of space travel, it would take so long for any beings to get here without some sort of Stargate or portal or, warp drive that is like beyond what even Star Trek has, right? So I feel like actual physical space travel, I'm not sure how that is happening outside of a portal or a gateway. And there just seems to be a lot in our ancient history and of humanity. A lot of things are depicted in how do you say that word? I can't see it in front of me, so I don't know how to say it. The Egyptian writing. Somebody write that out. I can't think of the word. Hieroglyphs? No. My great scientific mind, right? But yeah, the in Egypt, in Göbekli Tepe, in all over South America, there's all those like gateways depicted, right? So people who are, when technology transfers or technology is completely cut off, the people who are left who don't know anything about the tech but have seen the tech in action will create stories. They will create arches and gateways, and even though they might not be transferring energy and allowing interdimensional travel, they create them because they wanted to remember, and they wanted generations after that to remember what they saw and what happened, right? Hieroglyphs. Am I saying that right? Why does that feel wrong? I don't know. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Hieroglyphs. Well, that was a brain fart if I've ever had one. It's definitely multidimensional travel. Yes. And yes, that is a good point. In linear time, that kind of travel, generational travel would be difficult. Now, if they're beings outside of time or in a different dimension, they might have a way, because they might be existing in the same space that we are, just in a different phase because they're in a different dimension. So they punch a hole through that membrane that separates our dimension from their dimension, and they come on through, and then they go back. And I think that that's what I've been seeing is beings that they might even be humanoid. That might be where the Atlanteans went. That might be where the Lemurians went. That might be how the Pleiadians get to and from here, is they punch holes in, go through hyperspace and come here. I don't know, but it's very, very interesting. Good morning, Gina. How are you today? I am very happy to see you. Katie says, spirals in the Navajo and Hopi are the stargates in petroglyphs. Yes. And we actually have them here too in the Midwest. Like the snake mound, the snake mound, the snake, kind of weaves through the landscape, but in its mouth, there is this egg. And I've often thought that was sort of like this depiction of something emerging. I never thought of it as the snake eating the egg, but as the egg emerging from the snake. I don't know if that's right, but that's what it's like shedding your skin, like transformation, like we were, like your card today, Katie. Exactly. Janet says, definitely busy at night. When I woke up this morning, I was about to see what was inside an elaborate multicolored chest. The alarm went off. How frustrating. Oh no, what's in the chest? We have to know. Keely says, I also had a past life as a gray or similar, was busy studying trees and their network of connections underground. electricity, etc. We were in a space station studying them. Oh, that's interesting. I wish I could remember that kind of stuff. I do not, though. Everyone's saying hi. The egg symbolizes new birth and life. Yeah. But what if, like, the planet was seeded from something from a different dimension, and the egg represents, you know, all of creation as it was brought here from this, you know, snake tribe from a different dimension or something, you know? I can't rule anything out. You know what I'm saying? I cannot rule anything out. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, the Serpent Mounds in Ohio. Here in Wisconsin, we have burial mounds as too. We have effigy mounds. Oh, Keely says there are hybrids too, Dali. Beings with both human and alien DNA. It's very interesting. Definitely believe some are already here. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I've seen some crazy things. At places that I used to work at, this place that I used to work at, I saw some people come through who I did not think were human. Believe me. Katie says, I find myself in the hollow earth often with the Lumerians. Oh, yes, hollow earth. That's another thing. See, I'm wondering if there are dimensional portals in the earth, because I'm a hollow earth girl too. You know, for as scientifically minded as I am, I can't shake that feeling that is a thing, you know? And I too have had dreams and I've had visions of hollow earth with people in the hollow earth. And it was so real. And I can't shake it. I can't not believe in this. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if, like, the pyramids were like an energy source to, like, energize a gateway that allowed both travel here on Earth to different places, maybe along ley lines, and to different dimensions, you know? Because every culture, think about this, you guys. Wait, hang on. Let me catch up with you guys before I go on another tangent here. There are remnants of huge Mound City, just outside St. Louis. I would love to go there with someone. Yes, Cahokia. Janet, I would love to go there. I've been there. I've been there once to Cahokia. Cahokia is a magical, spiritual. I'd like to go there now that I'm spiritually grounded and see how I feel now, because I almost couldn't handle it before I even knew that I had these gifts. Okay. I went there and I had such an emotional response to being there, like crying uncontrollably, just feeling so many feels from the land there. It was unreal. Okay. So yeah, I would love to go again. Many portals in nature. Yes. There's lots of fairy portals in nature, aren't there? You know, and they're another interdimensional being, you know, just beyond our sight, but not always. Sometimes they're in our sight. Sometimes they phase into our existence and we catch a glimpse and then they phase out and we, you know, they're gone. But I find fairy portals in the woods all the time, in every woods that I've ever been in, you know, and fairy rings in the ground. And oh yes, for sure. For sure. Yeah, the Cahokia is nifty. Let me bring it up. I'm going to show you guys. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm bringing it up here so you can see some pictures. Let's see, can I open this in a new tab? I can. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? I can't do this. Oh, maybe. Dang it. Give me 1 second here, and I'll show you guys Cahokia. I feel like it's important, so give me one moment here to do this. And I apologize. Talk amongst yourselves for just a second here. Do, 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 do. Dali is doing something ridiculous as always. See, this is what happens when Dali is not prepared. So give me 1 second. I'll bring it up. Because I just think that you guys will really like this. So. Oh. I need one of those stream decks, you guys. Right. Almost there, guys. Riveting. This is a riveting live stream. All right. Okay. All right. Add to stream. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Mercury in retrograde. No, this is just Dali is ridiculous. Oh, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Let me disconnect. Can you hear me now? Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, that's because I muted it. Dang nabbit. Well, anyways, that's Cahokia. And Cahokia is interesting. Like, they say the culture is not related to the Mayans or the Incas. But it's difficult for me not to see the similarities, not only in like in South America and in Mexico, Costa Rica, when you see these types of mounds and stone, okay, where they actually build their temples out of stone, you see that there's usually a temple facing another temple with a court, and they're a mountain cult, so they always think of the mountain as the third temple. All right, so you always have one facing the other, a court in between, with the mountain off to the west, I think, or it might be the east. But there's always sort of that triad of buildings. Well, the same thing is in Cahokia, the exact same thing. So clearly they had this reverence, like where, although there are no mountains where this was built, okay, they built their third building. to represent the mountain that was missing. So, yeah, so I think that they're related. And I feel like there was this transference of technology there. Like they were showing this is what we remember seeing when these otherworldly beings were here. And they referred to them as gods, but they all have mythologies where they interacted with their gods, where humans were interacting with their gods. You know what I'm saying? So were they gods or were they ETs? I think they might have been, some sort of extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings that actually came, transferred some technology to them to help speed up the human maturing process. You know what I'm saying? So Teresa says, possible the tribes were not related, but they experimented or experienced the same things with the sky people and built the same remembrances. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. You said it so much better. Katie says, the Aztecs believe they walked out of the ground in part of the Utah Basin in northern, or the Utah Basin in northern Utah. Well, and they might have, because they may have come through, those people may have come through a dimensional portal in the hollow earth and exited, emerged from the ground up to the top, right? And there are a lot of tribes that believe that. And there's tribes that believe that in Europe and in China and in Africa. So there's like all this for all over the world, these things. Gina says, oops, I hit Katie. Oh no, what am I doing here? Gina says, I agree, they were ETs or interdimensional beings. Yeah. Oh, Jane the Seeker's here. Hi, Jane. How are you? I hope your daughter-in-law is doing better. Has she started walking yet? And of course, we've got our prayer candle lit for everyone that we're praying for. Kelly, Jen Bowles, Jane's daughter-in-law, and so many other people, including myself and Chrissy, who has a really bad cold right now. They brought their gold with them. Maybe El Dorado is in the hollow earth. Ooh, now that's an interesting thought, right? I like that thought. Jane, we're talking about UFOs. Do you have any UFO stories? UFO, UAP, interdimensional gateways, all this stuff. Flowing said, okay, that was crazy. Needed to reboot. Oops. Oh, Teresa wants to be in a prayer. You can. What would you like us to pray about? Let me add you to the list here. Where's my prayer list? Here it is. Here it is. It's Lilith and Max from Jane's side of things. Oh, I am so sorry. Well, we're going to keep holding you up in prayer, Jane. I know you're going through a really tough time right now, and we love you. We're sending you all of our love and light, and everyone who does Reiki, send it to Jane just to lift her up, because, man, health issues are just so horrible, and the holidays just exacerbate it, right? Did I say that word? That sounded dirty. Did I say that right? And okay. Teresa says health. Okay. Got you on there. I am adding you to the list. So you got to keep me informed then how you're doing. Ooh, the list is getting longer and longer, and that is okay, because I want to be able to pray for everybody. I feel like that's like the best thing that we can do for each other is hold each other up in prayer and in intentional love and light giving. Jane says, no, I don't believe I have, although I had a very weird bruise on my leg. Gail said it was from a spaceship. Oh my. Okay, what did I say? Exacerbate. Is that the word? I don't know. You know what I mean. It makes it worse. That's not what I heard. Welcome to Dali Makes Things Up with your host, Dali. Hi. I like to exacerbate. Oh, exacerbate. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Fatima says, in a Fatima, who is always the love and light and blessings and voice of maturity, reels us back in. Thank you, Fatima. Prayers do not take space, and we can pray for the whole world, and it would work the same. Yes, I agree. Exacerbate. Thank you, everyone, for helping me understand my own mind and understand words. Words are hard. Words are so hard, you guys. Hey, before we go any further, let me pull an affirminator, because I want to let's keep the high vibes going. Oh my gosh, look at this. Katie Moonchild is on this next card. Look at it's Katie Moonchild. It is totally Katie Moonchild. That is totally Katie. And it says, get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have wisdom and tranquility. And the tranquility of it says favorite animal. So the tranquility of a dove. Let's just say that. Holding I need to enter a magical item. So it's the tranquility of a dove holding a beautiful citrine crystal floating through space on and then it says insert a piece of furniture on a occasional table. So we got a dove holding a citrine crystal floating on an occasional table to get centered. But the whole message is get centered. And that is like a great message. Yesterday, I could not for the life of me. I had just a crap day. It was one of those days where you're like, okay, you know what? We need to reboot this day and start over. And that's what I did. I started over. Today's been great so far. But yesterday was awful. I could not get centered. I could not get anything to work. All my electronics were going haywire. It was a day. So today I am going to get centered. I am going to quietly get centered and just sort of reboot. And you guys are helping me do that because you all make me so happy. You make me giggle and you guys are just amazing. Yes, Mercury is in retrograde and it hit us hard yesterday here in this house. Like nothing electronic was working. Some kind of crazy message, I was telling Katie about this, some kind of crazy message came up on my stove that I have never seen before. It was, I have a smart stove, so I can actually preheat my oven from my phone. And this message came up on my phone or on my stove, and it was just said good morning, and it was a picture of a sunshine, and I've never seen this before, and I was just like, what is this? I mean, thank you for the nice message. That's nice, Mr. Stove, but what is this? It's crazy. Mars is in Leo too. Crazy. Does me dropping count? Yes, of course it does. Yes, it does. Anyone else constantly dropping? This is what this is in reference to, dropping things. Yeah, I did actually drop a couple things yesterday when I was cooking. No, that wasn't yesterday. That was the day before yesterday. I was cooking, and the spoon that I was using, I was just like stirring things up, and it just went fly. I was like, what just happened? It was a friendly appliance. Yes. The stove was saying hello. I know. Teresa's like, I like my dumb stove. I would have been happy with a dumb stove. Let's just put it that way. I'm a dropping normally. Oh, and Leo is Katie's moon. I knew that. Yes, yes, yes. So let me drink some coffee. So what do you guys think? Do you think, okay, do you really believe that there's an increase in things happening up in the sky? Or are we just more aware that things are happening up in the sky, so we're looking up more? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Jane got a new stove. Woohoo! And it all went well. That's awesome. I love stoves. I love my stove. But I don't use hardly any of the smart features on it. I really don't. I just use it as a stove, but every now and then I'll preheat it from my cell phone. Katie thinks it's both. And I think that you're probably right about that, Katie. I do think that there's an increase because I feel like maybe vibrationally we are, and spiritually we are now entering into, or a lot of us are entering into a place of acceptance for this. Like, whereas prior to now, we weren't really in a accepting place. They were visiting us and they were doing whatever it is that they do. But I think now we're just in a place where they know that they can come forward without it causing as many world crises as it would have maybe 20 years ago. Mary has Sun, Venus, and Pluto in Leo. Wow. Gina's also saying both. And Jane says, I think they will be showing themselves for real. I think so too. And I think the world maybe needs it. I think the world maybe needs that now. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I think Am I okay? Oh boy. All right, well, hopefully it's okay now. Janet. I think we are accepting, and the mega do not get it. I agree. Jean says, I have beings of light on my spirit team. I do too. I think most of us do. The knowing is real. Believe. Yes. It is only a crisis for our religious and government systems to have full disclosure. I think that even, I feel like, at least like with the Catholic faith, I really like this Pope. How about you guys? I'm not Catholic, but I really like this Pope. I really like him a lot. And I feel like he is far more armed open to the idea that we're not alone in this universe than any other Pope that's ever been around. Okay. And I've heard the Dalai Lama talk about extraterrestrials. My personal Zen masters, when I was in Zen, talked about ETs and extra dimensions. So I feel like we're getting there. You know what I mean? I am sorry to mention this, but did you people hear that 45 wants Canada to be the 41st state of America? He said he would make our prime minister a governor. I have not heard that. We can't let that happen. I don't want that to happen. I hope that does not happen. I mean, how could we make that happen? Why would you go to war with Canada? Oh my gosh, how stupid. He is just so delusional. The guy is delusional. He lives in his own little Trump world where he's king. Oh my gosh. This is going to be an interesting, we have interesting times ahead of us. Hopefully it's not very long. And Fatima, who normally has nothing terrible to say about anybody, says, I think 45 has smoked something nasty. I think you're right. Oh my gosh. Don't worry. We're not going to let that happen. Gina says, never going to happen. You guys are part of the British Commonwealth. That's right. It's never going to happen. And we do not want to piss off England. Okay. I think that he was just doing what Trump always does. He was talking out of his butthole. And we know how nasty that is. Oh, I can't even think about it. Woo! Blech. One of my friends was a bartender at his golf club 40 years ago, and he was a nightmare then. I think we've got it. He's not getting his way. No, we're not going to let that happen. Yes, he did say that. He wanted to buy Greenland. I have no more words. I have no words for that guy. Well, and that's, I'm really hoping that if we do have a bunch of aliens show up here, maybe they'll take him away. Oh, that's exactly it, Katie. You knew exactly what I was thinking. You did. Dana says, I keep seeing him pushing in front of all other world leaders to stand in front. What an embarrassment. He is. Flowing sums it up very nicely with two words. Friggin' nut. I agree. Oh, erase. Yes. We're going to. Let's go back to love and light and aliens and or even some. What's even nicer though than talking about 45? It's talking about piles of garbage because they are far nicer. On The Simpsons, a spaceship sucked up Bob Dole up into the sky. Maybe they will take 45. That would be great. I'd be all right with that. I'd be like, have a nice trip. Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, what can we do? We have to get through this regardless, you guys. We really need to lean on spirit during these times. Like, I can't say this enough. It is really important right now that we stay out of the darkness, regardless of how much we want to go there. Every time we see Trump do something, I shouldn't even say his name. Every time we see 45 doing something stupid or saying something ridiculous or making a huge mistake, I know it is easy to go to that, get wrapped up in get wrapped up in anger, get wrapped up in fear, get wrapped up in making fun of him, all these things. But we are being drawn into a darkness every time we go there, So we got to try the best that we can to stay in the light and be the light and bring the light to those people who don't have any, And it's really important that we stay focused on our spiritual community here and taking care of each other, because this is it. The government isn't going to take care of us. Okay. Our neighbors aren't going to take care of us. Our families might to a certain degree, but not all of us have family that is there for them. What we have is each other, and we need to lift each other up. And that is really, really, really important. So, yes, I know, Katie. Yes, I know. I'm trying not to. FF. I like that. Yes, we need to cancel and release any cords into that darkness. I agree. We have so much that we can feel grateful about, so many things that are blessing us, despite anything that's happening with our government. Okay. We still have all these blessings. We still have all this light. We just have to be aware enough to keep ourselves protected and safe. Right. And that's it. Good reminder, Dolly. It is fun to blow off steam sometimes and poke fun at him, but that's stepping into a lower energy. It is. Yeah. And so let's not do that too much. Okay, sometimes you need to. Sometimes it just wells up. There's so much welling up in us that the only way that we can release it is to release it that way, But then we have to try to, step back into the light and let the light just shine down on us and purify us and cleanse us and take care of things, right? Well, we're getting close to the end of the hour here, so I'd like to do a little reading for us today. Let's ask for, if there are any interdimensional beings or ETs that are connecting with us right now. Do they have a message for us? Is there something that they want us to know? And maybe our spirit guides can help us along with that. And I've got my star tarot here that Katie gave me. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something real quick before I do this reading. All right. These cards are a little stiff for me to shuffle here. Katie bought me the coolest gift for my birthday, you guys. I was so excited when she gave this to me. And it's an advent calendar of essential oils. Is this not cool? So every day, I open a little box here along the way, and it's a new essential oil. So far I have opened up cherry blossom, bamboo, grapefruit, and lily. And all of these scents are just wonderful. They smell so good. I can't wait to use them. I've actually used the grapefruit one already in my diffuser. But yeah, isn't that a thoughtful gift? I was just so tickled. I was so tickled by that. That was just so nice of her to send me that for my birthday. And I love advent calendars, so it's fun. It's fun every day. I sent her an advent calendar as well. So her and I I sent one to her cat. So every day we're just showing each other what what the new exciting thing is for that day. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Advent calendars are a great gift. If you're a grandma with grandkids, or just even for your kids, there's so many different kinds of advent calendars out there. You can find one to fit anybody, likes of anybody. So yeah, I highly recommend. I'm not saying that you necessarily save money doing it that way, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So yes. All right, so let's do a reading here. Let me get into a reading space. Whew. All right, angels protect us. Spirits of the land in my home surround us, and ancestors give us wisdom, and ETs, interdimensional beings, surround us as well. Hey, what kind of message do you have for us today? Please and thank you. And I love you. All right, card number 1. I'm going to put him face down in front of me first here. My turtle's going crazy. 2. Make some room here. And 3. All right. So the first card here, first card is the Hermit. This is my favorite depiction of the hermit. Oh my gosh, can you guys see? Let me bring up my other camera so I can see what you guys are seeing here. Okay. The hermit is probably my favorite depiction. This is my favorite depiction of the hermit in all of the decks that I own is this one. I just love the owl and the hermit, and I love the way that the star is depicted on there. I think that is just really, really pretty. And what I'm getting from this, because we're talking to our spirit guides about ETs and UFOs and all these interdimensional beings. And the hermit is an interesting card to get because this card is all about the, searching for your true self, it's not always inward searching, but a lot of times it is. It's like, where is your truth located? Find that, through your true self. So the second card we got is the Ace of Cups, which is another interesting card to get, seeing that this is such an emotional new beginnings type card. I feel like Spirit is saying that regardless of what we find out, about these ETs or these interdimensional beings, that for humanity, it is going to bring about a new start. It's going to be like a reboot that is going to bring us into a higher state of being, lifting us up, elevating our consciousness, expanding our minds. It's going to do so much for us. Will it all be good? Maybe not all of it. Okay. But it's going to lead to a necessary place, a place that humanity needs to be in. So that's card number 2. Card number 3 is it's the Prince of Swords. Okay, but that's like the Page of Swords. Now here is the swords. I think you guys all know that the swords are kind of this cutting through the crap kind of, cutting through the crap kind of thing. And I feel like I'm getting this sense of like an innocence unraveled. How do I explain this? It's like an innocence does that make sense? An innocence, on the unraveling of innocence, but not in a way that is no, that's not true either. It's an unraveling of innocence that for some is going to be very abrasive, scary, like pulling apart of a belief system. And the other half, it's going to be soft and gentle, and it's going to make perfect sense. And people are going to just be like, well, yeah, of course this is happening. Of course this is the direction that we're going in. And others are really going to fight it. What is the next card? Let me just look at the next card at the top of the deck. Oh, look at that. The 10 of Cups. So this unraveling is going to lead us to a unification. So regardless of how the unraveling occurs, it's going to bring us together as humans. It's going to bring us together as a human family. And it's going to, all these little insignificant divisions that we currently are putting ourselves into is going to just completely wash away. And we're going to be left with something that really brings us together as human beings. Okay, we're going to really appreciate our humanity for the first time and maybe forever, right? So that's what I got. That's what I got. That was wild, you guys. Sorry that it took me a while to get through that. I'm sorry about that. Woo. Oh, my lands. Okay. That Hermit card is magical. Yes, it is. I love it. It's my very, very favorite card in this whole deck. Katie has a new Galactic Tarot deck coming from Etsy soon. Oh, that sounds exciting. I can't wait to see that. It's a reading that's spot on for you. Oh, wow. Well, that's great. I'm glad that that resonated with you. It resonated with me too, because, I feel like all of this is leading to something. I feel like I was drawn to talk about this today because it was important. I wish I was a little bit more well-versed in the whole UFO phenomenon thing, but, I don't think that discussing that in technical detail was the point that Spirit wanted me to bring forth today. I think that Spirit just wanted me to say, hey, this is not scary. Don't be afraid. As these things are happening, it's going to increase. We're going to see them more and more and more until finally there is no way that they couldn't disclose everything to us. I mean, the fact that we're having hearings about it right now says something. It says something about where we are as a country, where we are maybe even as a world when it comes to UAPs and UFOs and, all these interdimensional beings. We're there. We're getting there. So, all right. Our collective love and life is expanding with every breath we take. I agree. Yes. It is all about sharing from the heart. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, what did you say, Teresa? Maybe like a blooming from a bud. Yeah. Yeah. Like the unfurrowing of it. Yes. That's a real, Teresa, I just love you. Gratitude. That's awesome. All right. Well, it is 7 minutes past, so we need to stop this for today. But I love you guys. Thank you all for taking part in this conversation with me today. I really appreciated it. I needed this little boost. So thank you so much for that. I am very grateful to you guys for all that you bring me. And I love you. And I hope that you all have an amazing day. And I will see you all again very soon. Okay? And like Teresa says, everybody have the best day ever. All right. So thanks again, you guys. Take care. I love you.
Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all rock. Dolly loves you. Dance around the room. It's time to go. Why are you still here? Dolly needs a sandwich and a nap. I'll see you next time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all